Hi everyone, so this is just going to be a short video on how to move in with strangers. Now, I thought that, this is the end of summer, a lot of you guys are going to be starting university and you're going to be moving in with people you've never ever met before, and it can be quite nerve-wracking. So here are just some tips on how to make the journey a bit easier. Tip number one, be clean and be considerate. Now, this I find is the number one problem when moving in with different people. Different people have different standards of what is clean and how to clean things, and a lot of time this can clash. So one thing I always suggest is to have some form of cleaning rota. When your SSA comes into your room, that's the student support assistant, one of the jobs that I do. When they come for their first flat visit, they will give you a cleaning rota template and you can use this, and this works for lots of people. But if it doesn't, decide what you want to do so that if something's not right or something's really messy, someone's always accountable, because it's important that everyone feels comfortable in the space, and it only really takes a little bit of effort to make sure that that happens. My tip number two is to connect with your flatmates, to do things together. What I find is that a lot of people go shopping together in the first few weeks, and that can really create a bond. Also, going to the union or having coffee or going for res life activities together can be a great way to bond. What I also find is that a lot of people end up actually moving in with their flatmates from that year when they move into private accommodation the next year. So it's always good to have a good connection, and also it makes living in the flat a lot more nice and a lot more fun because you're living with your friends. Tip number three is to not make things personal and to not take things personally. Now, based on my experience, 90% of the issues that people have in flats is to do with cleaning and cleaning rotas and just people having different ways of living, including things like, some people being louder at certain times of night or people just playing music out loud. And none of those things are personal. Because someone plays really loud music at 10 or 11 at night doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that they just need to be a little bit more considerate of the other people around them. And so just letting people know how you feel can do a great load in terms of making things, change. So just be honest about the way that you feel, and that should really, really help make a change. I remember when I moved into my flat last year, I am chronically late for classes. I don't know. It's something that I've been working on for years, but I'm just always late to my lectures. And so in the morning, if I have a 9 a.m. lecture, I'll have my breakfast and honestly will not have any time to wash my dishes. So I'd put my dish or my bowl under the tap and I'd go to class. And I was doing this for weeks and months. And it was only actually like halfway through the first semester that my flatmate let me know that, look, Steph, I really don't appreciate when you leave your bowl in the sink because it means that I can't clean as well. And honestly, I never thought of that being a problem or an issue, and it was so easily resolved because instead of leaving my bowl in the sink after I put water in, I just did the extra 2-second step of putting it on the counter, and all that was solved. So most of your issues can be solved pretty easily if you just have that conversation and you don't make it personal. However, if things still persist, one thing that is great about the University of Dundee is that there is a lot of support. So you can email whoever your SSA is. You can also go to the inquiry center. You can book meetings with Pat. There are a lot of options for you, so you're never trapped regardless of the situation. I hope this video has been useful, and I wish you the best of luck moving in with your new flatmate.